Hi everyone, this is Ashley of the brand new BookTube channel I Eat Books, and today I am sharing my tips and tricks on how a newbie can survive their very first BookTubeathon, because I just finished my first BookTubeathon and I died. I failed. The quest is over, finito. The princess has not been saved, the trolls are still released on the kingdom, and I really failed this challenge. But that's important and that's okay, because now I have some helpful tips and tricks to help me through next year, so you can also survive next year.
You hit me once, I hit you back. You gave a kick, I gave a slap.
Tip number one, actually prepare for BookTubeathon. I found out about BookTubeathon about 2 days before BookTubeathon started and thought, heck, I can do this. This looks fun. I'm going to go ahead and maybe have a chance of winning this thing. And yes, BookTubeathon was a lot of fun, but being prepared would have made it a lot easier on myself. And by being prepared, I mean select the books you are going to read probably about a month before BookTubeathon starts. That way, you'll have a general idea of what you're going to read, how you're going to acquire the books you're going to read, and you can probably make a plan based on how long those books are. And I bring that up because point 2 is extremely important as well.
Over my head, then I set fire to our bed.
Point number 2 is make sure you choose books that have varying lengths and don't choose any books that are super long. It's okay to have 1 or 2 long books to read during the week, but having every single book be a 500-page book is not the smartest way to read 7 books in 7 days, especially if you have things like work, where you have to go for 9 hours a day, where you're not allowed to read books or sit down or think about books or watch YouTube videos or make YouTube videos or do any of those challenges or fun things or reading sprints or, yeah, adult life sucks. And I'm 27 and I can't take vacation time for these things, but I should have. However, I probably would have been a lot more easy on myself if I had chosen a couple little comic books or graphic novels or something. I've seen a lot of other booktubers choose smaller books in order to meet their quota, and it's such a smart idea, especially for the challenge to read 1 book in 1 sitting, which I have never even gotten to that challenge this week. Surviving BookTubeathon is to make sure you have physical copies of your books. Now, this isn't absolutely a necessary, absolutely do this if you're doing BookTubeathon. However, I had decided to go ahead and get most of my books last minute through Kindle Unlimited, or I bought some books on my Kindle. And that's a great plan, especially if you prefer e-readers. I usually use my e-reader as a last chance when I want to get a book read and I either can't get to the store or the Kindle version is just so much cheaper. And now Amazon has the new Kindle Unlimited monthly feature, which would be cool if there was some more selection. So I'm kind of waiting to see how Amazon Unlimited plays out. I did get a couple cool books off of it, but the selection really is not worth the $30 a month price tag, especially when I'm already paying for Netflix and I'm paying for Apple Music and all the wonderful subscription services that is taking up our everyday finances, and everybody's broke. Anyway, wah wah. So I'd really recommend when you pre-plan for BookTubeathon to either get yourself physical copies of the book or go to the library. And this is mostly because it makes your BookTubeathon daily videos and challenges that much more fun. It's easier to post pictures or do challenges with your book that you're reading, and even discuss the book you're reading when you have a physical copy. I did a book review yesterday of a digital book I had read, Rook, and it was okay. I mean, I was able to get a picture of the book in there and kind of hold up my iPad to show that here's the book I was reading, but I mean, it's not as fun, and it's actually much harder to make notes and go back and reference, and it was really difficult to do a book review off of a digital book because it was not easy to flip to the pages I was talking about or get any quotes or anything like that. So if you do plan on doing BookTubeathon and making daily videos based on BookTubeathon and discussing the books you're reading, I would really recommend finding yourself physical copies of those books. And also just make sure you pre-plan. I know this goes back to number 1, but schedule your day around reading so that you know exactly how many words you want to read that day, where you're going to end, like at what point is it okay for you to go to bed after you've read that certain amount of pages, or if you got into a certain point in the book. When is it okay to put it down? Make a rule for yourself. Schedule your own reading sprints. If you're unable to participate in the Twitter sprints based on work schedule or school schedule or life, anything like that, kind of look at your schedule and figure out when you can do reading sprints, because it's amazing how much you can get done if you just sit down for 1 hour and do nothing but read. So those are the tips I kind of took away from participating in my very first BookTubeathon. I cannot wait for next year, and I also hope there will be more reading challenges coming up in the next few months that I will participate in, and can get some more of a good idea of how to really win BookTubeathon next year for 2016. So watch out, and I hope these tips helped you. Enjoy your week, and this week I will be reading Insurgent by Veronica Roth, because I am going to finally finish the Divergent series. Yesterday I watched the first Divergent movie and the Insurgent movie, and I'm about halfway through Insurgent right now. So I will be starting a brand new book theme column, I guess, movie column, whatever you call them, a movie column where I go back and reread all the popular series of the past 5 years that I have missed out on, because I need to catch up on a lot of stuff. So I'm going to make an entire feature out of it. So stay tuned for that next week, when I have read all 3 of the Divergent novels and give my input on them. 3 years too late. Hey, until then, guys, have an amazing week.
Kiss with a fist is better than none.